Want your life savings and assets safe from the creditors and government after your death? Do you want to save time and confusion to your loved ones for the process of estate planning? Is it important to you to create a plan to provide security for you and your family? Will protect your assets from the creditors. Don't wait. Call David M. Grant, attorney at law, for all your estate planning needs. Call today, 702-938-2244 for a free 30-minute consultation.
Quick question. Who's your P1? No, that's not your favorite pizza. It's Preset 1 on your radio. Tune to 95.9 FM, press and hold that number 1 button, and boom! Ace Country is officially your P1. Because great country music shouldn't be hiding on P4 or P6 next to that station you haven't listened to since 2019. We belong up front. Ace Country 95.9 FM. Make us your...
You're watching News 25. Local coverage you can count on. News 25 is brought to you by J.K. Nelson Law, voted best of Las Vegas. Give them a call, 702-727-9900.
Thank you for joining us here on News 25 and Ace Country Radio and streaming at KPVM.TV, now on Roku devices, on this Wednesday, August 19, 2026. Good evening. I'm Chris Palermo. Here is what's happening. It was a marathon meeting that lasted nearly 9 hours on Tuesday, August 18th in Pahrump, as the Board of Nye County Commissioners voted unanimously to ban all data centers from operating or developing in Great Basin 162 and Pahrump. News 25 has team coverage in this report.
On Tuesday, August 18th, the Nye County Board of County Commissioners met to discuss multiple issues surrounding the future of data centers in the Pahrump Valley. The proposed Mance Technology Center has been the subject of heated debate in the Pahrump community since early July, with organized protests beginning on July 18th. The meeting began at 10 a.m., but it was approximately 4 p.m. before commissioners reached the matters many members of the public had been waiting to discuss. After months of protests, community meetings, and public debate both for and against data centers, with a large number of residents speaking out in opposition, commissioners once again heard from the public.
Thank you, commissioners, for allowing me to speak. I just wanted to begin with a quote from Thomas Jefferson. The only safe repository for power is in the hands of the people. And be you Republican or Democrat, we can all agree with that statement. So being that everybody is saying no to the ban, please consider banning it today with a vote of no. Of all places, why would data centers choose to jeopardize the water supply and tranquility in a predominantly senior community? This is not a suitable location for a data center.
Throughout the months-long debate, public comments have ranged from impassioned pleas over concerns involving water, power, and the future of the Pahrump Valley to some more colorful demonstrations of opposition.
Hello, commissioners! I am Sultan Prince Ahmed Eric Coleman, Coleman. First of all, I love America, your rock and roll, your blue jeans, your Tom and Jerry cartoons. The best part of America, everything for sale, okay? How much you want? You want some money? I give you money too. Pass along the wagon here. He don't make enough money. He only makes 200,000 or something. I want it all. I buy data center, but now I want your land. I want your water. Please allow me to introduce myself. I am Sultan Prince, owner of data center. What do you think? Mance Technology is building giant server farm out in the desert. They could not run a bath.
Following public comment on Tuesday, commissioners moved forward with discussing the issues surrounding data centers in Nye County. During discussion of the proposed ban, Commissioner Ian Bain requested that the language be changed so the prohibition would apply specifically to Basin 162 rather than extending the ban to other areas of Nye County. With that change, commissioners voted unanimously 5-0 to ban data centers within Basin 162, the groundwater basin underlying the Pahrump Valley.
I'd like to motion to pass item 8 as written, but I would like to amend 1713-015 to replace everything in 1713-015 with this chapter will apply only to the Pahrump Water Basin 162.
Board seconds.
We have a motion on the floor and a second. I'm going to call for vote.
Aye.
Board's aye.
Conrad's aye.
Strickland's aye.
Loskridge's aye.
Thank you for changing that.
The decision effectively stops the proposed Man's Technology Center from moving forward at its planned location off Highway 160 near the Mountain Falls area and prohibits new data centers from being developed within Basin 162 under the county's new ban.
More news now. A man pardoned by President Donald Trump was arrested Tuesday in Las Vegas. Jon Ponder is the founder and CEO of Hope for Prisoners, the nonprofit that provides re-entry services to those returning to the community after incarceration. The CEO and founder of the organization Hope for Prisoners was arrested on Tuesday afternoon. The 60-year-old Jon Ponder was booked into the Clark County Detention Center on 1 count of sexual assault, 7 counts of unauthorized custodial contact, 1 count of attempted coercion, sexually motivated, and 11 gross misdemeanor charges. Detectives say there could be more victims in the community. Hope for Prisoners is a nonprofit that provides re-entry services to men and women and young adults as they return to the community after incarceration. Their website says that Ponder came up with the idea while he was serving a prison sentence. The organization is based in Las Vegas. The program hopes to help the men and women it serves become leaders of themselves, their families, and their community. That, according to the website, Jon Ponder will appear in court on Thursday, August 20th. Detectives ask anyone who may have been a victim of Ponder or might have any information relating to this investigation to contact LVMPD at 702-828-3251. Well, Ace's head coach was ejected from Tuesday night's game against the Atlanta Dream. Find out now with Mikey in Sports.
Time now for your News 25 look at sports and streaming at KPVM.TV and now on Roku devices. Ryan Howard scored 23 points while Angel Reese added 21 points and 10 rebounds for her league-leading 24th double-double as the Atlanta Dream beat the Las Vegas Aces 97-82 Tuesday night. The Aces also finished the night without head coach Becky Hammon, who received a double technical and was ejected after arguing a non-call late in the second quarter. Apparently the official suggestion box was closed and Becky wanted to speak with the manager. Assistant coach Charlene Thomas Swinson took over for Hammond, who was ejected for the first time this season and just the second time in her career. The Aces stay home to face Connecticut Thursday, hoping for fewer technicals and a few more baskets. 2 decades ago, D'Amico Ryans and Gary and Clint Kubiak spent plenty of time together on the Houston Texans practice fields. Back then, Ryans was Houston star linebacker, Gary coached the team, and Clint was presumably hanging around wondering when somebody would finally give him a headset. Tuesday, all three returned to the same practice fields. Ryans is now coaching the Texans, Clint is now coaching the Raiders, and Gary was watching as Houston and Las Vegas held a joint practice ahead of Thursday's preseason game. It was part football practice, part family reunion, and thankfully nobody had to bring potato salad. UNLV is one of top 25 college football teams in the nation, at least according to one very important man in Dayton, Ohio. David Jablonowski of the Dayton Daily News ranked the Rebels 22nd on his preseason AP Top 25 ballot, ahead of Boise State, James Madison, and Navy. That gave UNLV 4 points and a spot on the others receiving votes category, which is basically college football's version of we'll keep your resume on file. Coach Dan Mullen and the Rebels opened the 2026 season against Memphis on Saturday, August 29th. Kickoff is scheduled for 7 p.m. at Allegiant Stadium. And finally, the Las Vegas Aviators beat the Albuquerque Isotopes 5-3 Tuesday night in New Mexico. They'll play again tonight with first pitch scheduled for 5:30. The Aviators are hoping for another win, and the Isotopes are hoping somebody remembers to bring the periodic table. And that's your look at sports on News 25.
Thank you very much, Mikey. We got the matchy blue shirt memo. Coming up, a candidate for Nevada Attorney General comes to a local senior center right here in town. We'll have that up next. You're watching News 25.
I was in a wreck. I need a check.
Get Learner Enrolled. Get your check. Get Learner Enrolled.
I was in a wreck. I need a check.
Get Learner Enrolled.
Get smart. Get Learner Enrolled.
Learner Enrolled is the way to go. Call 877-1500.
Thinking about your next car, truck, or SUV? The deals are always hot at the Pahrump Valley Auto Plaza. Choose from 10 legendary models of trucks, 15 brand new models of award-winning SUVs, to classic American muscle. The Auto Plaza has low prices every day. From professional-grade GMCs and Chevrolet, the heartbeat of America. Not to mention our huge selection of the nicest pre-owned vehicles in Southern Nevada. Just looking for a great place to have your current vehicle serviced or repaired? The Auto Plaza is the place to receive genuine service from genuine people. Let our friendly advisors and all-star team of certified, factory-trained technicians keep your vehicle running the way it was intended. Stop by the Pahrump Valley Auto Plaza today or visit us online at PahrumpCars.com. We love you, Pahrump.
America is great and Pahrump is awesome. We have room for our furry friends, and when it's time to care for them, we have the best feed store, Shadow Mountain Feed. Who did Siegfried and Roy call on when their dolphin quit eating? Shadow Mountain Feed. They developed a nutrition solution right in their store. From elephants to dogs and everything in between, they have what you need to feed, grow, and show your animals. They have everything except bread. Don't go there for bread. Shadow Mountain Feed, your one-stop care center for your best friends. At 2371 West Bella Vista, call 775-727-5527.
In the quiet corners of our country, everyday people with a love for the outdoors are leaving the world a little better than they found it. With no recognition or pat on the back, the reward is the rustle of leaves, the ripple of water, the call of the wild. These are the unsung heroes of the wetlands. Everyday people investing their time, their resources, and their hearts into conservation. They are the stewards of our most precious resources, ensuring that the magic of the outdoors lives on for future generations. Ducks Unlimited relies on the hard work and support of these individuals. Without their dedication, our mission to protect these vital ecosystems for those who draw inspiration and sustenance from them would remain out of reach. Join Ducks Unlimited and become part of a community of outdoor enthusiasts committed to preserving our wetlands for the next generations of unsung heroes. A public service from Ducks Unlimited.
We've done it again! Another $1 billion recovered on behalf of our injured clients in the last 3 years alone.
In a wreck and need a check? When you need results, call Learner Enrolled.
Learner Enrolled is the way to go. Call 877-1500.
You're watching News 25. Local coverage you can count on.
Welcome back to News 25. I'm Chris Palermo. Thank you for listening to the radio simulcast on 95.9 Ace Country. Nicole Cannizzaro currently serves in the Nevada Senate, but is hoping that her experience as a prosecutor, amongst other things, seen as qualifications to be the state's next Attorney General. She was campaigning in Pahrump on Tuesday, made a stop at the Senior Center. News 25's Cristy Willis was there.
On Tuesday, August 18th, State Senator Nicole Cannizzaro visited the Pahrump Senior Center to meet with local residents, giving them an opportunity to learn more about her and ask questions about issues important to the community. Cannizzaro began by talking about growing up in Las Vegas and what ultimately led her to pursue a career in law.
Yeah, I'm born and raised right here in Nevada. My parents were a bartender and waitress. They moved to Las Vegas from Buffalo, New York because they didn't have a high school education. They worked in restaurants. There were lots of jobs for people who worked in restaurants in Las Vegas. And so, they came here because this was a place where you could live, work, and raise a family on just going to work every day and learning art. And so I remember being the oldest of my siblings. When I first started school, my parents worked opposite shifts. right? And they always did that. My dad worked the swing shift, my mom worked the day shift. And that was because that was their solution to childcare. And at the time, my mom worked at a little diner in downtown Las Vegas called the Gourmet Cafe. And it was just down the street from the courthouse. And she served lunch. And so when I'd have to go in there, I'd like crawl with these little red leather boots. And I'd watch all these folks come in. And they had on their suit jackets and their yellow legal pads. And they were having lunch meetings. And I thought, screw these people, they're so cool.
She also discussed raising 3 boys and how the current economy and rising costs are affecting families across Nevada.
Gas is expensive. Groceries are expensive. I have 3 boys. If you're ever in Vegas and you see something that looks sort of like me, in sweats, with messy, carrying sorts of berries and milk, just keep walking. It couldn't have been her. It was definitely me. I'm at the store like every other day buying milk and berries, and it is expensive. But I don't know how people are making it work.
Cannizzaro then spoke about her experience as a Clark County prosecutor and why she believes that background makes her a good fit to serve as Nevada's next Attorney General.
Case for racketeering for a really big fraud ring with, it was 11 or 13 defendants, I mean, I remember off the top of my head right now, for stealing hundreds of thousands of dollars from you. Like regular working folks who woke up and like their bank accounts had money. Their credit cards had been running. That's really something that touches folks, and no one wanted to hear about that. They don't send out warrants for jury service summons, failures to appear. If they did, the police are not calling you to tell you about it. Like, you're just going to get arrested at some point when you come into contact with them and hand over your, ID. That's how that works when a warrant is out for your arrest. They're not going to ask you to bring your $3,000 bail, right? They're just going to arrest you and go before a judge. Your Attorney General's office, and you have this point, and then answer the question, is uniquely positioned because we're in Pahrump, right? I'm still wrong with Vegas. These are 2 different jurisdictions, 2 different counties, 2 different cities, 2 different jurisdictions. Your Attorney General's office is an attorney from the state. So when you have these kinds of things, they're happening across jurisdictional lines. It requires coordination with law enforcement. And that's where I'm going to take my skills as a prosecutor. We took on a lot of really impossible fraud schemes.
During the question and answer portion of the event, one local resident raised concerns about corruption in Nye County. The resident said they had heard claims that Nye County was among the 10 most corrupt counties in the United States and asked Cannizzaro what she would do as the Attorney General to address corruption at the local level.
So public corruption is also something that your Attorney General uniquely handles. That's typical. And I apologize. There are like so many layers to mental health stuff that it's like, where do we start? When you're talking about public corruption, though, elected officials who are not following the law in the state of Nevada, who are not following their ethics, or who are doing illegal actions, your Attorney General actually has the enforcement power in there, right, to hold elected officials accountable. So you can actually do an investigation with someone we're notice. We'll be happy to look into anything that folks want to bring to us. One of the things that somebody wrapped me actually today is I'm putting it on my hopeful to-do list.
Coming up, we've got a story on a proposal on an idea to help alleviate some of the foot traffic and the rideshare problems around Allegiant Stadium. You're watching News 25.
Got bills? Need some pay? Then come be a cowboy trucker at Ponderosa Dairies in Amargosa Valley. They're currently seeking experienced CDL drivers to haul hay, grain, and milk while earning up to $2,000 a week. This isn't a job, it's a career. Whether you hit the open road or drive around Nevada's biggest dairy, they offer a great wage, benefits, and 401k retirement package. If you have what it takes to be a good hand, isn't it time you ride for the brand? The beautiful Ponderosa Dairies are currently hiring qualified CDL drivers who have doubles and tankers endorsements, as well as the ability to drive a standard transmission. If this is you, call Ed now, 702-682-3339. Once again, 702-682-3339. Send an email with your information to ap@ponderosadairy.com. Join the family at Ponderosa Dairy.
America is great and Pahrump is awesome. We have room for our furry friends, and when it's time to care for them, we have the best feed store, Shadow Mountain Feed. Who did Siegfried and Roy call on when their dolphin quit eating? Shadow Mountain Feed. They developed a nutrition solution right in their store. From elephants to dogs and everything in between, they have what you need to feed, grow, and show your animals. They have everything except bread. Don't go there for bread. Shadow Mountain Feed, your one-stop care center for your best friends. At 2371 West Bella Vista, call 775-727-5527.
It'll never be this obvious, but lead can lurk in places you don't expect. Windowsills and door frames, vintage or imported toys, old faucets and pipes, even cookware. Lead exposure is harmful and invisible in children, so have them tested at 12 and 24 months. Knowing they've been exposed is one of the best things you can do to set them up for a healthy future. Talk to your pediatrician about lead testing today.
Hi, I'm Jennifer Garner, and I'm working with Save the Children to fight for kids' futures. Poverty impacts 11 million children in the U.S., forcing families to make impossible choices. Every day, parents in rural America are deciding between essentials just to survive: gas or groceries, lunch or laundry, rent or running water. 1 in 5 children are hungry right now because of impossible choices like these. They're more likely to start school significantly behind their peers, and they may never catch up. Growing up in West Virginia, I saw kids living with hunger and poverty, and I've seen the impact Save the Children has on their lives. They give children the nutritious food and learning opportunities they need to thrive, so families don't have to choose. To learn more about how we help kids in rural America, go to SaveTheChildren.org.
You're watching News 25. Local coverage you can count on. News 25 is brought to you by Mountain West Lawyer, Injury Attorneys, 727-9500.
Welcome back to News 25. If you ever have tried to walk back to the Strip or get to a ride share after an event at Allegiant Stadium in Las Vegas, you know how chaotic and cramped it can be. The Raiders are trying to change all that with the proposal to help ease all of that congestion.
A project is being proposed by the Las Vegas Raiders that will help ease the intense volume of pedestrians and rideshare vehicles that congest and gridlock the area around Allegiant Stadium after concerts and games. The plans will go before the Stadium Authority Board at a Thursday meeting in Las Vegas. The board will only hear the request that day and not vote on it. A structure would create a second story that would serve as a holding area for fans, while the covered area below would be used exclusively for ride-hailing pickups and drop-offs. The Raiders say it would be a North Plaza platform that would extend to the stadium's Lot C parking area from the Hacienda Bridge. It's been reported by Hoodline.com that foot traffic has been happening with post-event delays for a long time now. Wait times have lasted 45 to 90 minutes. For major games and concerts, between 22 and 30,000 people are walking between Strip resorts and the stadium because transportation authorities closed the Hacienda Avenue Bridge over Interstate 15 to vehicle traffic. $750 million was originally contributed to the construction of Allegiant Stadium by the public.
News 25 Weather Cam is brought to you by Lerner and Rowe Injury Attorney's Office in Pahrump. In a wreck, need a check? Call 702-877-1500.
It's a Lerner and Rowe Weather Cam, and, well, we've got a beautiful day looking out here in Pahrump. But if you're in Vegas, it's the midweek nighttime pool party at the Encore Beach Club, 10:30 p.m. tonight. The weather will be just right. We've got your forecast coming up.
Loving your Valley Communications internet?
Now you can share it.
We're introducing our VCA referral program.
So when you refer a friend who signs up,
you get a free month of internet.
Good internet is better when shared.
Refer a friend to VCA. When they sign up, you receive a free month of internet. Learn more about the referral program at valleycom.com. Valley Communications. Local, affordable, reliable.
Hi, I'm attorney Jonathan Nelson of J.K. Nelson Law. We've been honored to be recognized by Best of Las Vegas and receive the Best Attorney in Pahrump for the past 4 years running. Awards are great, but helping clients get the money they deserve is why we're in business. After you've been injured in an auto accident, it's important not to listen to the insurance companies. Give us a call today, 775-727-9900. With offices in Pahrump, Southwest Vegas, and Summerlin, our team is here ready to fight for you for the money you're entitled to. So give us a call today.
If you've been in a recent auto accident, don't ignore the extent of the injuries. A 30-mile-an-hour accident creates up to 3,000 foot-pounds of force to the spine, equivalent to falling off a 2-story building. At Pahrump Spine and Wellness, we offer a complimentary exam and consultation to determine the extent of your injuries. We also work with 5 of the best injury attorneys here in Pahrump. Why drive to Vegas? We have state-of-the-art facility right here. Time is money. Don't waste it on the highway. Get the best care and legal advice here in town.
1 in 4 Americans have a disability. I'm one of them. I'm also a working mom who cares deeply about making sure every child with a disability thrives by getting their access needs met. We've got a trusted ally by our side. Easter Seals provides children and families the foundation for lifelong success through early learning programs, skills training, and prep for college and career. That's my Easter Seals. Make it yours.
Weather is sponsored by the Nevada Dairy Farmers and the Dairy Council of Nevada, sharing the love of all things dairy. Celebrate the best moments with milk. Milk the moment. And the weather is also brought to you by the Ponderosa Dairy, Nevada's largest dairy, fresh from our farm to your table.
Hello, Romy here on this wonderful Wednesday. Let's take a look at our surrounding areas. Fernley, we have a high of 100, Fallon at 99, Carson City, Tonopah, Goldfield hovering around the mid-90s, Beatty with a high of 105, Amargosa at 108, and Las Vegas and Death Valley around 110. Currently here in Pahrump, it is 106 degrees. The high today was 108, winds coming from the south at 11 miles per hour, humidity at 12%, and the sunrise was at 6:07 a.m. And tonight, the sunset will be at 7:32, humidity at 16%, winds coming from the east-southeast at 8 miles per hour, and the low will be 81 degrees. Now let's take a look at our 7-day forecast. Thursday we have a high of 108, Friday and Saturday at 105, Sunday and Monday at 104, Tuesday back at 105, and Wednesday with a high of 103 degrees. And that was the weather. Now back to the desk. Here's Chris.
Thank you, Romy, and it's looking pretty good, especially for Saturday. If you are going to go down to Allegiant and do a little tailgating for the Guns N' Roses show, no, the new walkway and the new space for the rideshare will not be available like we just told you about. That'll just about do it for all of us here tonight, the whole staff. Chris Palermo, make it a great night.
They've outgrown their homes and started looking for new ones. But one couple gets a low appraisal, so they can't buy a bigger house. Homes in Black and Latino neighborhoods are often appraised at less than fair market value, leaving Black and Latino families stuck in place. If you believe your home has been unfairly appraised because of race or national origin, that could violate the Fair Housing Act. Contact HUD. Everyone has a right to fair housing.
For 30 years, the LGBTQ Center of Nevada has been a safe and welcoming place to celebrate and serve the entire community. The center advocates for the empowerment and safety of everyone. It provides wellness services for better mental, physical, and holistic health. And the center connects people to the community. Learn more at thecenterlv.org. This message is sponsored by a grant through the Sands Corporation, aired in cooperation with the Nevada Broadcasters Association and this station.